Alright guys, welcome back to some of the Outer Worlds. We're right where we left off. We're gonna go speak to Cedric. Um, and yeah, we're gonna do that for now. Alright,
What floor would you like to visit?
exit, right? He might be in the building actually. I don't know. No, he was over there, yeah. Alright, talk to Cedric. Yeah, just continue the story. I am liking this DLC a lot more than Peril on Gorgon. Um, I don't know. It's just a cool premise, cool vibe.
I don't know what to make of something underground. Or slug, I guess.
Suck my dick.
I can't shake the feeling they had something to do with Ms. Helen's death.
This is unexpected.
Wanna chat.
I'm torn. I despise rudeness toward Eileen, who is entirely invaluable to Slug, and yet I do enjoy this bold, dare I say brash, approach you're taking. Now then, here for my alibi, I assume.
Let's hear. No, later. First, I want an explanation for that nonsense outside.
Another murder? Drunk raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
I had a run-in with some slug agents.
Sounds as though you've already sorted it out yourself.
How did thugs get their hands on slug gear?
Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you?
Clearly, whoever's behind this wants to pit me against slug.
Right again, Inspector. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you?
Gosh, could it possibly be the administrator? How dumb do you think I am?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult your intelligence. I'm used to working with Lou, you see? I hope you won't hold it against me. So, as you've deduced, I did not send anyone from Slug after you, nor is it likely they assigned themselves that task. Still, I am sorry for the trouble, Inspector. With that settled, I assume you'll want to know where I was the night of Helen's murder.
Let's hear it.
Let's see. That night, I was... torturing Elliot Nasser for information on missing cargo. That was a messy one. Didn't break until nearly noon the next day. Can you imagine?
And where would I find Elliot Nassar to verify that?
An excellent question. I had his body dropped off the edge of the land complex. I'm not sure what happened to it from there, scientifically speaking. Maybe it dissolved? Ultimately, though, it doesn't matter. You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
So your alibi is that you're busy murdering someone. Then how am I supposed to trust anything you... Come on, Cedric, I'm trying to clear your murder.
And I appreciate that, Inspector. The fact of the matter is, I know I didn't kill Helen, and I trust you fully and completely to find whoever did. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune.
So Helen's death is a net loss for Slug.
I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
I take it the guy you tortured wasn't the source of your missing cargo, then.
Oh, Elliot stole from me, all right. Alas, you're right in that his was a singular, isolated incident, and as such, does not resolve a concerning broader trend. Items are disappearing from Slug's storage and processing warehouse. The thefts began a week before Helen's unfortunate death, and there have been more instances since. Before you ask, I know the difference between cargo going missing and cargo going missing. This is the latter.
I don't think this all seems outside the scope of Helen's death.
Really? That the thefts began mere days before Helen's untimely demise
I don't think
is
they coincide
an
with each other at
extraordinary
all.
coincidence.
Not really.
I'm not a man who believes in happenstance, Inspector. I do not trust it.
Sorry about that. I guess I can't guarantee the theft isn't related to the
I
murder.
certainly wouldn't take that bet.
Yeah,
Regardless, this will be fun. You out in the field, chasing down leads. Me, scheming in my office, preparing to unspeakably mangle the perpetrator.
This guy's crazy. I'll say this once, whoever's behind this is going to jail, not to you.
You do recall, Inspector, that I'm not to be trusted? But certainly, whatever you say. You'll want to speak with Ella Tinsley, the warehouse foreman. I've cleared her as a suspect myself, but should she refuse to cooperate, shoot her. No, I'm joking. If she won't cooperate, tell me and I will shoot her. And do feel free
This
to
guy's
search
a
my
psycho.
office for clues while you're here. Don't hold back on my account.
I'll get on that.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
There's something here.
A cursory fingerprint analysis shows this display case was recently opened or closed.
Oh, do we have our gun on bottom look special? Has it been customized?
Confirmed. The grip has been modified for a specific wielder, most likely the rifle's owner. Additionally, the plasma rifle sights appear to have been realigned to better accommodate a shooter with slight myopia in one eye.
Analyze the fingerprints
The
for
fingerprints belong to Cedric Kincannon.
Just making sure. Conclude examination.
Oh, admiring my rifle. Had it custom fitted by a woman on Monarch.
That's the murder weapon, you stupid.
Timeline discrepancy. This copy of TK contains 142 fewer pages than a standard copy. The missing pages were likely removed to create sufficient space for the hidden listening device inside.
Short-range transmission capabilities. This receiver must be somewhere
You
nearby.
figured that out just by looking at it? Huh. We ought to talk shop one of these days.
Inspector, please consider speaking into the device in order to trace the transmission and reveal the receiver's location. Poor woolly cow impression transmitted. Transmission analysis complete. While the precise location of the receiver could not be pinpointed, it has been narrowed down to a smaller, approximate range.
How long has this been here?
Analysis inconclusive. However, there is a minor accumulation of dust particles present on the book's uppermost surface. The area within a 0.5-meter radius of the book possesses a dust coating comprised of at least twice the number of particles.
It's not very dusty then. Must have been placed fairly,
That is highly
fairly
likely,
recently.
Inspector.
What's that you found? No, wait. No, save it for the big reveal once you've solved the case.
I saw some more gameplay on Avowed today. By the time you guys are seeing this, I mean Avowed's like 2 months from coming out. But I saw some gameplay on Avowed today, and
Wonder if they're trying to compete with the groundbreaker.
dude, the fucking some of the exploration looks really good.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered.
Any clues as to who put it
Due
here?
to the high level of foot traffic in this area, this unit is unable to determine who placed the device.
How long has this been on the ground?
Based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus, the receiver has been present since approximately a week before Helen's death.
Buy a bunk, huh? I think I'll stick to my cabin, thanks.
Alright, into the storage and processing warehouse.
Hi there. Sorry, this area is off limits to port vision. Oh, wait half a second. You're the inspector.
Goddamn right I am.
Sorry
boy.
about that. I'll buzz you right in.
Yeah, you better do that.
Feel free to have a look around, sir.
That's what I'm here to do, you stupid
So
fucking
this is where
dumbass.
Slug houses all its completely legally obtained inventory.
Go on then.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Is it not the animal itself? Oh, and I saw them, when I was watching an Avowed clip, I saw them talking about how, this shoots, what the fuck, this shoots shit. Oh, you gotta
The
hit this shit.
biology of this sprat is highly
But
unusual.
when I was watching the
This
Avowed
sprat
clip, they
has
were
been in
talking about
contact with
parkour.
multiple parasites,
And
yet
how they have
shows
a
no
parkour
symptoms
system,
of infection.
but I was watching it and I'm like, literally all it has is mantle. It's just mantling on top of jumping. It's not a parkour system, it's just fucking mantling. I don't get it. How did the sprat survive infection?
Sprats possess highly adaptive immune systems capable of developing immunological memory with extraordinary speed. The unique immunological subsystem found in sprats is advantageous in fending off parasites, pathogens, and other biological threats.
Interesting. Why is this sprat so big?
A cursory analysis of this organism's anatomy suggests it was bred deliberately for its unusually large size.
Why would anyone want an unusually large sprat?
Based on slug records of board-issued punitive sanctions against sublight salvage and shipping, this sprat is most likely intended for cage fighting.
Oh, interesting. We just gotta make sure that there's not any, like, super far. You know what I mean? Just out of our way. I can't believe this shoots bullets.
You're the inspector, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Boss Kincannon said you'd be by about the cargo that's been going missing.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, this is so neat. A real-life inspector. What's that like? Have you solved any mysteries yet? Ever had to shoot a suspect?
I call it closing a case, and it's the best part of my job.
Case. Just like a real inspector. Right, so the missing cargo. How can I help your investigation?
What's the culprit been stealing?
That's the weird part. There's no pattern, far as I can tell. The thefts
Fuck, I'm
don't
tired.
make sense. I
Okay.
ask you, who would steal a handful of Spacer's Choice Sabers so dull they can barely cut mud, but leave the spectrum black? Ugh. Who'd be desperate enough to want to steal a Spacer's Choice Saber, full stop?
Sounds like a perp's not fencing the stolen goods.
Yeah, probably not. No one's dumb enough to think Spacer's Choice Sabers are worth half a damn. Then there's the most recent theft. 5 boxes of pens and a couple of sodas. I can't decide which one's sadder.
This has nothing to do with Helen's death. I see what you mean about there not being a pattern.
Well, I'm no inspector. If there is one, I'm sure you'll find it.
Who has access to the cargo?
Everyone here at Freight Storage and Processing, for a start. Thing is, the cargo is going missing before the shipments even get to the warehouse. Best I can figure, it's probably getting lost in the shipping yard. As for who has access there, Benton Chan, he's the shipping yard manager, he told me it's mainly just the loading automechs that handle cargo.
Okay. Maybe there's a problem with the automechs.
Could be. Those things will break if you so much as look at them funny. That's Benton's area, but don't bother asking him for help. Last time I asked him to check the automechs, the hull head told me he couldn't help because he was dead.
Thanks for the heads up.
It won't bother him any if you have a look yourself, though. Hopefully, you're mechanically inclined.
I am, somewhat. That's enough for now. I'm not going to talk to
before
her
I
about the
forget,
bug.
I figured you might want to access my terminal, so I had a spare keycard made. It's all yours.
Thanks. Alright. This is gonna hurt. Oh, dude, that like scared the shit out of me actually because I didn't realize how high it was. Blood. Okay, so now we're going to the shipping yard. See what's going on over there. This is the shipping yard.
Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not match factory default settings. The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger.
I identify the new trigger.
There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be removed.
Scan for signs of unusual
Slug
behavior.
automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently reported as out of position or missing for periods of time.
Define standard defensive protocol.
For Type K-19 cargo transport automechanicals, defensive protocol is triggered by attempted interference with cargo, or its transportation, or attempted destruction of the unit. Once triggered, defensive protocol targets the perpetrator and applies lethal force until the target has been deceased for a minimum of 3 minutes.
Let's have a look inside this automech.
Loading automechanical unit K-14 is fully operational at 99% power. Please designate the cargo to be transported and its destination. How can this automechanical assist you?
Hi, I'm here to look at your data logs.
Certainly. Access panel is now unlocked.
View the most recently added data
Ejecting
log.
data log 17C. Alert. Failsafe protocol triggered. Kill mode initiated. Preparing to end user.
How would I end you instead? I can't tell if this thing's like actually good or if the drone was doing a lot of damage. The drone was doing all the damage.
Inspector, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Solved your cargo skimming issue.
Ooh, I love this part. The big reveal. So tell me, what happened?
You got a serious security problem.
What makes you say that?
Somebody bypassed the loading mech security system and rewired them to skim random goods.
Damn, you're good. Hacking the automechs. So that was our skimmer's game. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern.
The culprit didn't want you to. It was a cover-up.
A cover-up. I see. The random theft was a smokescreen to hide what the culprit really wanted. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that Slug would soon possess it.
I found this.
Am I right to think what you found in my office earlier was the other half of this listening device?
Mm-hmm. Sure was, and whoever this device belongs to, that's our culprit.
Not quite, Inspector. That listening device belongs to me. I lent it to Halcyon Helen to assist her with role research.
I get it. She died before she could deactivate the mech she hacked.
That, or she never intended it to stop. Impossible to know now. Unbelievable. I helped her. Gave her whatever she needed. I thought we were doing each other a good turn.
I doubt it was personal.
This is a betrayal, Inspector. I do not take betrayal lightly.
Okay.
Helen should consider herself very lucky indeed that she is already among the dead. And that some other bastard beat me to putting her in the ground.
Seems we found your motive, Cedric.
Yes, I suppose we have. There is, however, a slight chronological incongruency to it. I now have a motive to kill Halcyon Helen, but Halcyon Helen is already dead. If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not.
Thanks. Or maybe you didn't know this. That's for me to decide.
Indeed. Incidentally, feel free to stop by after you clear me as a suspect. I won't even say, I told you so. Though I can't vouch for Eileen. I wish you luck with your investigation, though I doubt you'll need it. You'll find Helen's murderer. I'm confident of that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must find a way to excise my anger that minimally damages my business empire. I expect it will involve shooting quite a lot of guns.
Okay. So we'll leave that one alone for now. Let's go to this meeting spot. Damn. But yeah, we'll wait to go and turn in the quest, because we could just turn in both these at the same time, I'm assuming. And then from there...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Physical analysis reveals this to be a crate of Rizzo's Spectrum vodka, based on bottle shapes and label types. Chemical analysis reveals that this is not a crate of Rizzo's Spectrum vodka, based on flavor notes and presence of excess ethanol.
The crate is packed with Spectrum bottles of all colors. It looks identical to any regular Spectrum shipment. Someone clearly went through a lot of effort to replicate Rizzo's branding. It's hard to believe that Slug isn't aware of this counterfeiting here. This flavor is semblant of old socks and damp canid. It's more than a little nauseating and definitely not a legitimate Rizzo's product. Oh, they made it so you literally just can't jump over the side. I have to go out the normal way.
Hope you've been enjoying your
Shut up,
stay.
bitch. Alright. Gotta go all the way over there to the meeting place.
Time to die!
Fun. I'll show you happiness. Laugh! I said laugh louder!
Be a clean fight.
I was fighting with you. I don't know why. I don't know why he tried to fight me. Alright. Got a long, long walk ahead of us in a straight fucking line.
Oh, look here. I could use a new pair of glasses.
It's such a cool concept. Just floating cities in the sky. That's why that is one of the reasons I like BioShock Infinite so much. It's the floating city. It's just straight up like one of the the coolest concepts, along with BioShock 1 and 2. Being underwater like that is sick as fuck. It's literally just the premise that makes it so
Timeline
fun.
discrepancy detected nearby. Discrepancy detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical life.
Okay. Puncture wounds near his collarbone. I'm having trouble finding an exit wound.
Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death?
Firearm's not a conventional weapon either.
Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler.
The Needler?
Yes, Inspector. The Needler. Bespoke handgun carried and wielded by Halcyon Helen. Famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terror on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge.
Amplifier, before we go, do you think he'd miss his outfit?
This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering rhetorical questions.
I'll take his things. It's potential evidence, yeah. Alright, let's get out of here.
This empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate brand. Suspicious residue detected.
High concentration of ethanol. Someone's brewing moonshine with
Excellent
antiseptics.
deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport.
Alright, we're going back to the spaceport now. Black hole Birdie. Shit. I'll show Birdie my black hole. What? Alright. Black hole Birdie. Oh, I broke my fucking legs. You are not what I expected.
What do you want?
You're Black Hole Birdie, right?
Not so loud! How'd you know it was me?
I'm an inspector, and a damn good one.
Yeah, that makes sense. You must be a good one to sniff me out. I'm in no mood to sign autographs, and I hate disappointing fans. So I'm lying low. You know, incompleto.
Incognito.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's kinda neato.
This fucking...
Oh, what's it matter? Helen's gone. She's gone and nothing I do will bring her back. I've been trying to find who did this. That's what she would do. Track down the killer and bring them to justice. But I'm stumped. And not very clever. Being bright was always Helen's thing.
There are many types of intelligence, Mr. Holcomb. For example, your expertise on the field. Your hack attack is nothing short of brilliant.
That's that's nice of a car, but we're investigating a murder.
Oh, so you're the inspector. Hope you have more luck figuring things out than me. You probably want to ask me some questions, huh? I'm sure you're asking everybody questions, so you can find Helen's killer.
Yeah, no
So,
one seems like the killer.
How
so
do I
far.
help?
At all. What were you doing the night Helen died?
I was getting blotto with the rest of the Rangers.
What?
You know, soaked, muddled, preserved.
He's saying he was drunk, Captain.
Ah.
The team noticed I was in a bad way when I got back to the hotel. When I told them Helen and I were Splitsville, they wanted to cheer me up. We were up the pole afore evening. The hotel staff said we was bothering the other guests on account of all the crying and yelling and practice body tackling. Zeke said we should move elsewhere, get some air.
Probably a good call.
We ended up at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. I think somebody wanted to pet a woolly cow. There was this one cow off away from the others. Zeke figured it'd be a laugh to get her drunk. One thing led to another, and I think we might have maybe, you know, stolen her.
What'd you steal a cow for?
I don't know. We were drunk, and we made bad choices. She was all alone. I know how that feels now. It's so hard to be all by your lonesome. My memory's a little muddled after that. I guess me and the team got split up, because I know I was on my own at the pilot house for a time.
Could anyone from the pilot house back that up?
I reckon not. See, I went to the weather station. I was looking for where Helen stashed her data pad for safekeeping, right? She'd asked me to get it, mind. I wasn't stealing. I'm no thief.
Why do you think she couldn't get it herself? Why do you think she couldn't get it herself?
I don't know. I didn't ask. On
I
account
just
of
read that
she
3
asked me
times
in a
for
note
fucking
sent to my
reason.
hotel room. Paper usually ain't too chatty. That's a joke.
Don't quit tossball, Birdie.
Helen thought I was funny. I found the data pad at the weather station, like Helen said, but then a guard found me. She started yelling about how I was trespassing and in serious trouble. Thing is, it was real dark out there. So dark, she couldn't tell who I was.
You sure the guard couldn't ID you?
Real sure. It was dark as night gets. Plus, I've got small veins.
What?
Anyway, I didn't much feel like trying to explain why I was out there, or why I was drunk, and holding someone else's data pad, and also maybe crying a little, so I booked it. Ran like the Rangers were down by 3, and I just bronzed the toss ball in the Friday zone.
Okay. Did anyone else see you that night? Think hard. Anyone, anywhere else?
Yeah, I mean, no. Nope. No one else.
Birdie, come on, man. Who was it?
I don't want to tell you. I'll get in trouble.
Not having a witness put you in much bigger trouble.
Look, I talked to Auric, okay? Auric West. Hangs out around the spaceport. He's the one who taught me the breathing exercises I use to calm down.
Thanks. I'll follow up with Auric.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
So now you have the whole story. After I talked to Auric, I went back to the hotel. Woke up the next morning with Helen's data pad in my hand and the hangover to end all hangovers. Don't know if I'll ever drink again.
Jeez, you've had a bad time. Let's see that data pad.
Oh, yeah, you'll probably want to... Yeah, of course. Of course. Helen sure did have the prettiest handwriting.
I'm sorry about Helen, Birdie.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Sorry. Here you go, Inspector. Hopefully they make more sense to you. I couldn't make heads or tails of them. Either she was writing in code or I'm dumber than a bag of hammers. I tried for hours to crack her notes, but it's like I said. Being bright was Helen's thing.
Thanks, I'll take a look at them.
Okay. And listen, I want to help you find her killer, Inspector. I knew Helen better than anybody. And it could be handy to have a guy like me around, in case anybody gives you trouble.
Sorry, Birdie. It's better if you're not involved.
I get it. I'll head back to the Grand Colonial then. Unless you need me for anything else.
No, you're free to go.
Hey, pal. Hey there.
What
You're
the
looking to
fuck?
unwind, friend? Maybe you're on your way to the
He's got an
bar for a
Irish
good
smile.
time? Maybe you're interested in something a little better than beer or Adreno? Something with a little more kick?
What are you selling?
The name's Auric. I deal in, shall we say, holistic pharmaceuticals, natural substances and the like. You know, alternative stuff. I know. Ooh, it came out of the ground. That's where worms live. I get it. I do. Why go for that homegrown shit when you could be pumping your body full of effort accelerators? Says it right on the Anti-Cleo's box. Better than nature, right? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, pal. Those pharmaceuticals the corporations manufacture, not all of them are as good for you as the board wants you to believe.
Yeah, I noticed as much.
Alternatives. That's the way to go, pal. Trust me. No matter what ails you, I got what you need.
I'd like to ask you some questions about Bertie Holcomb.
Wait. You ain't a sheriff, right? You gotta tell me if you're a sheriff.
I'm freelancer inspector brought to investigate the death of Halcyon Helen.
I'll be honest. I don't really know where that puts us.
I'm not here to bring you any trouble, I just want to talk.
All right, fine. Yeah, I know Birdie. So what?
Heard you taught Birdie some... No. Was Birdie with you the night Halcyon Helen was killed?
Yeah. Damn shame about that. Birdie thought the world of Helen, you know. He showed up drunk at my place wanting to talk about the breakup. Helen dumped him, he said. Boy, was he in a bad way. I'd never seen him like that before. We talked for a while, and when he felt better, I sent him back to the hotel. Told him to drink more water and get some sleep.
That's all for now. Alright. So, we can actually just fast travel. How hard do you think it's going to be for me to do this? Come on, fucker. Dude, I could have just ran over there. Had to activate a different fucking quest so I could fast travel.
Inspector?
I managed to track down Black Hole Birdie.
I'm pleased to hear that. Bertie Holcomb is a valuable asset to the Rizzo's Rangers property. When Helen was murdered, Bertie was nowhere to be found. The timing of his disappearance is unfortunate.
Unfortunate and suspicious. Birdie's something of a character, but he's harmless. I feel a little bad for him.
Try not to feel too bad for him. Bertie is a brilliant athlete. The universe has balanced his talent by making him a slackwit.
Go easy on him. He just lost the love of his life.
I don't understand what it was that Helen saw in Bertie. Whatever it was, she seemed to trust him implicitly. He was always on his best behavior around her. Or he tried. I'm not a heartless man, Inspector. I know that losing Helen must have shaken Bertie to his core. Be plain with me, Inspector. Do you believe Black Hole Birdie killed Helen?
I really don't.
I'm relieved to hear that. I happen to be something of a fan of the hack attack. I'd hate to see him processed for murder, but we need to be absolutely sure. I'd like you to continue your investigation. Notify me as soon as you're ready to make a formal accusation.
Birdie needs to be... No. By the way, Birdie agreed to stay at the Grand colonial.
I appreciate that. I'd rather keep Bertie within the public eye than let him languish in a bar at the docks. I'll make my report of your investigation into Bertie. Do you have anything else for me?
I looked into Cedric.
Closely, I trust. Tell me what you found.
Cedric is a slippery guy. He's a criminal boss. I'm about to disappoint you. He's got an alibi.
Of course he's got an alibi. He runs Sublight Underground. He probably starts his day by preparing half a dozen alibis. With that in mind, do you think Cedric was responsible for Helen's death?
He was torturing a guy at the time of Helen's death. I can't see past that alibi.
Fair enough, Inspector. I won't try to influence your judgment any more than I already have. Unfortunately, even I don't have the authority to detain Cedric. His line of work is dangerous, though. There's always a chance for an accident.
Sorry to disappoint Ludovico. He's alive and well.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already lost Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene, but at least
I just got a trophy
Cedric's
for it.
alive. The universe is a just place.
I'll be back. Okay, let's go into engineering. And then, so now this is the only thing we have. But none of the people, none of the people we interrogated did it. I know that for a fact. So, I need to figure something out. Let me see. I need to find like a like a walk through the main quest. Fuck. So do I have to just pick one? I do. So I have to pick
Inspector?
one. I know who killed Halcyon.
I've been waiting for this. Tell me, Inspector, who killed Halcyon Helen?
It wasn't any of these people, though. You did.
I beg your pardon. You think I killed Halcyon Helen?
I've got proof.
There's nothing to prove. I don't understand. Are you trying to make a mockery of justice, or are you really this incompetent? I expect you to deliver the name of Helen's killer. I expect you to deliver results, Inspector. And if you can't withstand the pressure, then I expect you to resign. We're done. Your services are no longer necessary.
You sound pretty defensive, Ludovico. Got something to hide? Yeah, asshole, because I solved the murder, it was you.
Keep being flippant with me. See how far it'll get you. You're convinced I murdered Halcyon Helen? Fine. Show me some evidence.
I don't need proof. My instincts haven't led me wrong
If
before.
you have no proof, then you have no case. And I have no further use for you. Wait, don't move a muscle. Someone's just tripped my alarm. And my security defenses. And killed my patrols. The distillery is under attack. Someone's after me, Inspector. I need you over here right now.
I'll be right over.
Now, Inspector.
I just said
Damn
I'll be
it.
right
Someone's
over.
interfering
Chill
with my
out.
transmission. Can you read the...
There's no answer. Leave. Okay. Alright.
What floor would...
Let's head over to the distillery. I am assuming it is him though, because I didn't know he would be an option there. And I know it's nobody else that we interrogated. Every suspect we interrogated, you can tell that they're just not the killer. Mainly because they all have alibis. Most of them don't have a proper motive. And yeah. I mean, obviously in this fucked up world that this game takes place in, it's hard to tell sometimes who are killers and who aren't, you know? But I don't think any of them are killers.
I just wanted to make...
Alright, security breach.
Gosh, it's actually kind of cheerful. Almost makes you forget they're probably hiding a terrible secret in there. Got 'em all.
Okay. Rizzo's distillation station, whatever the fuck that said.
It's you. I had a feeling you'd catch up to me sooner or later, Inspector. I was just hoping you'd find me standing over the administrator's corpse.
What in law's name? Halcyon Helen, how are you still alive?
Oh, is that Ludovico I hear? Perfect. I'm so glad he's still in the building. Would you mind letting him know I'm about to blow his whole operation to flinders?
No, that's a fair question. You want to explain how you're still alive?
Brace yourself, Inspector. You're about to learn the biggest secret in the vaporwave industry. Halcyon Helen was never one person. I shared this role with my twin sister, Belinda.
Oh,
That
shit.
must have been her sister in the ballroom. I can't imagine what she's going through right now.
Two people inhabiting the same life. Existentially challenging, philosophically speaking. My condolences. Must feel like you literally
the
lost
fuck,
part of
dude?
yourself.
Belinda and I were the best kept secret in the
That's
business.
crazy.
Nobody could tell us apart. And certainly not a peevish, petty, miserable little worm like Quentin Ludovico. So when I discovered the truth, when I realized what Ludovico was about to unleash on this colony, Belinda paid the price.
Administrator Ludovico, a murderer and a coward? Why, I never.
Call me a murderer all you like, Inspector, but I'm no coward. I bloodied my hands to save this colony. I'd do it again. If it means defending Halcyon's future, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Tell the truth, Ludovico. There's nothing safe about Spectrum Brown. You want to infest this entire colony with those disgusting parasites.
They're not parasites.
Interesting.
These creatures are symbiotic life forms. They belong to the highest order of life form, capable of living in perfect harmony with humanity. The symbiotes evoke a feeling of joy in their host, a bliss so pure, so profound as to render the most exquisite recreational substance obsolete. Oh, don't you see, Inspector? I want to bring joy back to Halcyon. I want this colony to smile again.
They're not symbiotes. I've seen the way the infected behave.
A host only turns violent if they're carrying too many symbiotes, or if they see you as a threat. In its natural state, the relationship between symbiote and host is perfectly harmless. Listen to me. I never wanted to take a life, but I had no choice. I couldn't let anyone destroy this colony's only chance at real happiness. But what about Helen? What about all the innocent people she's killed?
No one I crossed off was innocent.
Yeah, I know. That was you in the labs. You killed Dr. Blossom?
Have you met Dr. Blossom? She was practically a reptile. A cold-blooded psychopath who toyed with human lives in the name of
That is true.
scientific advancement. Leora Blossom wasn't a person. She was a weapon in Ludovico's arsenal. You call it murder? I call it disarming my enemy.
I know you killed the Rangers
The
mascot.
mascot was a spy working for Ludovico. He was ordered to keep an eye on Belinda and I, and report back to his master.
You're being paranoid. I barely knew the fellow.
Don't try to deny it. Anywhere Belinda and I went, that mascot was there, just watching us with those cold, dead eyes.
Just how many people have you killed, Helen?
Ludovico murdered my sister, Inspector. He killed Belinda with his own hands. Dr. Leora Blossom, Maria Keene, that flackwit of a mascot, they were standing between me and Ludovico, so I did what I had to do. I went through them.
You killed Constable Keene? She was on your side.
She was on Ludovico's side. When she realized I was alive, she refused to stay silent. I gave Maria a chance. I told her about Belinda. I asked for her help, but she turned me down. She was honor-bound to report me to Ludovico. Maria had a duty to her company, and I had a duty to Belinda. We both did what we had to. But in the end, I was the faster shot.
I've heard enough.
You know what you need to do. Help me avenge Belinda. Help me put a stop to this.
Don't listen to her. Listen to me. Throw in with Helen and you destroy Halcyon's only chance at real happiness. Think of the future, Inspector.
Dude,
A lifetime
I just
of
realized
bliss and
if
joy
you
for
like
every
did a
colonist in
playthrough
Halcyon,
where you were
we
like
can make
part
that
like with the
happen.
company's side for everything, you could absolutely ruin this colony. Because you could create more Marauders in Peril and Gorgon. You can do this and make more of the host. You could absolutely fuck up the colony. Helen, I'm with you. Ludovico's out of his mind.
Wow. I can't believe we're running with Halcyon, Helen.
We don't have a lot of time. We need to get out of here.
Not so fast. I've sealed the bulkhead doors. You're staying right where you are. I'm
Ain't scared
sorry
no
to do
bulkhead
this to
doors,
you,
bitch.
Inspector. Truly I am. If it's any consolation, Helen has brought some remarkably powerful explosives. Your death should be instantaneous. Goodbye, Inspector. Helen, we won't meet again.
Damn it. He sealed us in, but I think I know another way out. Follow me and stay close.
Okay. Let's move. Alright, we're gonna stop here though. Next episode we're gonna continue and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think we're getting pretty close to the end of this DLC now, so. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you guys want to see on the channel in the future. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next Outer Worlds video. Stay safe out there. Peace out, guys.